guys, what is going on? This is your boy Joshua here. We are back at, this is nothing, but you can see the monorail track, so it's clear we're back at Disney, of course. So we're here at California Adventure, starting off the day. There's a couple of things I'd like to talk to you guys about in terms of certain things going on around the park. It has to do with like entertainment offerings, and also, you know, I didn't get to talk about like my Fantasmic dining package experience, and so I would like to kind of talk about that a little bit, but we'll head over to Disney to do that. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and without further ado, let's hop into it. Alright, so you guys may not know this, but I'm back around where Club Pixar is, and that's the first place we're going to be talking about today because some interesting stuff kind of happened over the weekend. As you guys all know, Club Pixar was kind of like a massive disappointment. We were kind of hoping it was going to be like a dance party kind of situation, something like Mad Tea Party and what have you, but it just wasn't that at all. It was like a weird amalgamation of just fake DJing for some reason, or a dance along kind of thing. It was weird. It was definitely weird, but very, very disappointing. But it turns out that they actually are not doing that anymore. The DJ and the dancers that we had on the stage, they're no longer a part of Club Pixar anymore. So that actually happened over the weekend. This past Sunday was actually the last time they had any of that. So that's all gone. Now it is literally just everything that you had. They're still playing some of the music, but again, there's no DJ doing it. It's just like a playlist right now, because they did have some people in like a booth on the side of the stage actually doing like the real music. Unless that was also a playlist as well. I'm not even fully sure. But either way, you don't have the dancers anymore. You don't have the DJ. All it is now is essentially the music kind of playing. You still have some of the graphics that are on the stage of Club Pixar. And you still have that area over there where you have like the games and the short drive-in theater kind of situation. That's basically what Club Pixar is right now. Of course, this all kind of falls back onto the fact that like, not a lot of people liked Club Pixar. You know, even Disney kind of came out and said, yeah, we had a lot of guest feedback and we decided to shut it down. There's some people who are kind of saying that, well, the reason why it was really shut down was because of Disney trying to pull back on entertainment, which I'll get to that in a second. I think it really does kind of boil down to the fact that not a lot of people really liked this offering, you know what I mean? Like, there was a lot of people that were kind of making fun of it. They were kind of disappointed, and as time went on throughout the event, a lot less people were actually going to this area because we all know how it was, and there was not really much of a reason to continue on coming back to this specific location. So this could very well have been one of the ways Disney is cutting back on entertainment, if that's truly what they're doing this summer. But I do truly believe the reason why Club Pixar has been cut back the way that it has been is because of, you know, just not a lot of people really like the Club Pixar situation. So as you guys probably know, or you probably don't know, Disneyland recently had their cast members unionized. So the cast members voted to unionize, and this is particularly the cast members that were doing the parade shows and the character meet and greets, and I guess like the cast members who work along with these characters as well to kind of like interact between the, you know, guests and the characters and whatnot. They just recently basically unionized, and they're unionizing with the, I think, Actors Equity Association. They kind of tend to represent actors that are doing mainly theater. That's what they're being represented by now. So they recently just unionized. And so some people thought that Club Pixar was cut because of the recent unionization. That's not necessarily true, because I think this offering was part of another union. Now, again, this is only for characters and people who are doing the parades, people who are performing in the parades. So this particular show, I guess you would say, didn't necessarily count with that. So it's a completely different union, so the union doesn't necessarily have anything to do with it being shut down. However, with that being said, now we have a little bit of a worry as to what's possibly going to be changing. Are you going to have some cuts to some other shows that use characters in it, like Fantasmic? Are we going to start seeing less performers there? Would we see an effect on the parade performances? They are going to start negotiating these terms now that they are being unionized, but we don't necessarily know what things are going to be different. We know the pay is going to go up for these performers, which it definitely needs to, but we're just not fully sure how things are going to take into effect. What is the union going to allow, and what is the union not going to allow? So we're not fully sure what's going to happen in that regard. So another thing also is recently the show at Adventures Campus, the Doctor Strange show, that recently has just been announced that it's going to be having its last day of performances. Monorail. I love the monorail. They did just announce that that was also going to essentially end by the end of this month, June. So that is basically another situation of entertainment being cut. Again, not because of the unions, but it probably does have to do with some sort of budget cutting that Disney is going to be doing right now. Which, if that's the case, that is definitely sad. You know, I mean, we all love live entertainment, and even though that was an okay show, it was a one and done for me, it still kind of sucks to see that entertainment is seemingly going to be getting cut. So that's kind of the worry. So we're not 100% like fully sure what exactly is going to be happening now. We don't know if there's going to be a lot more entertainment being cut. We don't know what's fully going to happen. But that's kind of just where we are right now when it comes to stuff at Disney. That's why Club Pixar is done. Now, I don't think it's because of the entertainment stuff. I think it really does have to do with the fact that no one really liked it all that much. But yeah, so that's kind of basically the rundown of everything that's going on. But we're going to walk around just a little bit to kind of show you guys what is going on. I'll show you a little bit of what's actually happening around Club Pixar and what is currently the situation now that we don't have the DJs and the the dancers anymore. So let's head on over. All right, as you can see, there is the supposed DJ set that's up there. But everything, this is the current situation right now. As you can see, there's nothing going on. We still have the same graphics as of right now, but I think that's about it. As you can see over there, that's completely closed off, so there is nobody like manning any of the music, so it's basically just a playthrough right now. You're not going to have anybody up there. I have to say, this was really just kind of a shame to see that this was not an actual DJ booth. Actually, speaking of that, when they, I think it was like the past 2 weeks or maybe the past week, they actually had like one of the people who were, again, DJing. They actually, instead of just having them kind of like come out every now and then and like just say, hey, something's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. They literally had them pretend to actually DJ. Which was the craziest thing, is like you couldn't just actually get a DJ, but you have to have somebody pretend to be a DJ. It was ridiculous. But yeah, like this is basically what this area is right now. As far as we know, nothing's basically going to replace it. I don't know if they're going to try to fix this or if they're just literally going to leave it blank the entire time. No dancing, no DJ. I mean, they literally, if they wanted to, they could move this, kind of just put it on the stage and actually just put a really actual DJ up here. I think they still have the opportunity to do that, but are they going to? That's really the question. I have absolutely no idea. So, yeah, but that's basically the situation. Again, very disappointing to see how things turned out. I just knew that it wasn't going to stay the exact same way, because I just knew people weren't necessarily happy with this. It was, again, a fair amount of disappointment here. So, yeah. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Fantasmic stage. As you can see, people are on the stage right now setting it up. It's kind of mainly done for the most part. You got the barges for the fireworks. You got the nozzles out for the fountains. Very, very excited to see the show once again. I've already seen it like 3 times by this time, so this is going to be my 4th time. I'm always kind of enjoying like watching them kind of set things up. I kind of like behind the scenes stuff like this. So this is just very cool to watch and see them, you know, basically getting the show ready. All right, so Fantasmic dining packages. So the only one that I've done so far is the Rancho del Zocalo dining package, which is about $35. If you're a Magic Key, you get either a 10% or a 15% discount essentially. So you're paying less than the $35. For me, I got 10% off, and so I ended up paying $33 instead. Which is still good. It's a discount. So let's talk about a Rancho de Zocalo. So you have like a menu here. You can get a riblets, you can get shrimp tacos or potato taco, or you can get a sweet and savory carne asada steak. I ended up, first time I got there was the carne asada steak. That's the one I had. I gotta tell you, that one was really, really, really good. I think it was one of the best things I've actually had at Disneyland. Like, it was very savory. The meat was perfectly cooked and tender. And again, it was for $35. It was absolutely incredible. Portion size was great. So, definitely would recommend that dish. Today, when I got just finishing my meal, I ended up having the shrimp tacos, and those were actually really good too. They're spicy, so you if you like spice, then that's definitely one I would recommend getting. But it is kind of a slow burn, you know what I mean? I had to drink like a lot of soda just to cool down my mouth, because it was just very, very spicy. It was crazy. So you tend to get that. Also, you for sides, you get like a cilantro rice and a refried beans and some sort of like potato side dish or something. Really good. Again, for the entire meal, it's honestly really good, especially for $35 or less, again, if you're a Magic Key user. As you know, when you do a Fantasmic dining package, you actually get basically guaranteed seating. The space behind me, as you can see, that's basically standby. So usually you'd have to be here like either an hour early or 2 hours early, specifically if you're coming here for the first show. So I would say it's definitely worth it to get a dining package, at least the Rancho de Zocalo one. If it's, that's the cheapest one, that's $35. The Blue Bayou dining package, I think, is almost $100. I think it's like $90 or so. And the Riverbell Terrace, they have two versions. There's one where you can sit on the patio, and I think that one's about $80. And the regular standard one where you're sitting around where I'm at right now, that one is $55. So, again, $55 or $100. If I had to choose, I would say $35 for the Rancho de Zocalo. Also, because here is the view that you actually get with that one. Alright, so this is the location where basically everyone that is doing a dining package, this is where you sit for Fantasmic. Again, all of this over here is standby. I think in that location over there, kind of like right where Riverbell Terrace is, that's where you're going to sit. And basically in the middle is where you're going to have the Blue Bayou dining package. That's where you're going to be sitting. And roughly about here is essentially where Rancho de Zocalo is. And as you can see, it's a pretty good view. I mean, it's fairly close to the center. Like, I think it's like basically up to this lamppost just right there. So this is basically the view that you're getting. Of course, you're sitting down, but as you can see, it's a really good view. Like, it's, again, not exactly perfectly in the middle, but this is a really good spot. So I can't complain. And again, you're paying $35 for this location, whereas when you're over there, you're spending about like $55, and later, or actually this is like either $55 or $89 or something. Again, I think this section right here, the middle, is Blue Bayou, and further down, I believe, is Riverbell Terrace. But again, those are both over basically $100. Well, the Riverbell Terrace one is $55 and the Blue Bayou one is $90. And this one where I'm standing here is only worth $35. So again, if I have to say in terms of what's worth your money, and especially what you're getting and eating and your view, I'd say this is honestly the perfect dining plan for anybody if you really want to get a guaranteed seat to Fantasmic. Okay, so my previous camera literally just lost storage space. It is what it is. I can't really do anything about it. I'm filming in 4K when I'm doing these videos too, so yeah. But basically the last thing I just wanted to say was that to get to your seating basically for Fantasmic, you do have to go basically where Harbor Gallery is. Harbor Gallery, I think that's what it's called. You do have to go over in that location basically so you can get to these seats right here. And you do have to basically get here. I would recommend, at least if you're doing the first show, I would recommend doing it an hour early, just so you'd be able to get a good seat, because this seating, while it is for the most part guaranteed, it is also essentially first come, first serve. So if you really want good seats, like if you want the front row seats, like right at the fence, like really front row seats, you do have to get here a little earlier. But yeah, I would say I would highly recommend doing a dining plan. If you want to do any of the other ones, you definitely could. I would like to try the Riverbell dining package at some point. It is $55. I would maybe want to try the Blue Bayou one, but those are going to be like way down far the line, because way down further on the line, because those are, again, those are either $55 or close to $100. Don't really want to spend that money, you know what I mean? If I do happen to do that, I'll of course make videos and tell you guys what my experiences was with those respective dining packages. But I would highly recommend doing the Rancho de Zocalo dining package. You get really good food. Again, you get good views for the show, and it's only $35. And if you are a Magic Key holder, it's even less. So I have to say, you can't beat that. I probably would recommend those over the other dining packages that you get for Fantasmic. So yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's about all for me. I'm not gonna wait here for Fantasmic, but I'm gonna go around, have some fun, and then I'm gonna check out Fantasmic. Wish I was able to show you guys some footage. My phone does not take good camera video during the nighttime. So maybe next time, I don't know. But either way, again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and hit the bell to be notified of when I post another video on this channel. But until next time, hope to see you guys in the next adventure. Take care.